Hey, welcome back for more reading of the Scary Tales book, Goodnight Zombie. Today I hope to get through chapters 6, 7, and 8, so we're going to get right to that. I did figure out a new hair strategy, and yeah, that's right. We're just going to go with the hat, and now combed, not combed, clean, not clean, doesn't matter. Nobody knows. I got the hat. So, chapter 6, the face at the window. If you remember, Arnold, Carter, and Esme have just seen some strange figures outside the school. So they're starting to figure it out as these creatures begin to gather. How come they're out there? Carter wondered. Just wandering around in the dark. It's freaky. No one dared to guess, but it didn't look right. They all felt it. Dozens of figures ambled through the grounds, listlessly, aimlessly, like school children at recess without the energy to play. Some wore puffy dresses, others were dressed in suits and ties. They walked with arms at their sides, heads pitched forward, as if led by their noses. They don't seem to be awake, Carter said, like they're sleepwalking or zombies, Arnold said. Carter snickered. Zombies. Yeah, right. The zombie bash, Arnold muttered. He popped a fresh piece of gum into his mouth and cracked it loudly. Pop. A burst of spearmint sweetness floated from his lips. The figure nearest to the building sniffed. He lurched forward from the right, moving with surprising swiftness. He, or it, passed not 5 feet from the window, head lolling in every direction. He lifted his nose to the sky and sniffed like a wolf on a mountaintop. He howled an inhuman cry and stood with his back to the window. Then slowly, awkwardly, the creature turned around. His face appeared normal, yet every muscle was lax, dull, and unexpressive. There was no emotion in it. A face without anger or joy, happiness or sorrow. Lifeless. But it was the eyes that terrified Esme. One eye was rolled back into the man's head so that only the white showed. An empty cloud, unseeing. The other eye was missing entirely, just an empty socket with a trail of blood. Catching a scent of spearmint, the zombie's nose wrinkled. He drew a step closer and let out another moan from deep inside his body, a pitiful sound of longing and pain and great hunger. 2 hands shot out with lightning speed, thundering against the plexiglass window. The pane shook from floor to ceiling, but didn't shatter. Arnold leaped back, stumbling against the table. Carter quickly pulled Esme away from the window. Esme stammered. She couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't talk. Her heart hammered in her chest. Shh, Carter said. He whispered with surprising calm and gentleness. Shh, softly, into Esme's ear. Shh. He guided them farther away from the window, away from the thing with dead eyes. Chapter 7, Carter Goes for Help. Half an hour later, they had a plan, and Esme hated it. It's too dangerous, she argued. She listed all the reasons why it was a terrible, horrible, stupid idea. We don't know what those zombies will do, she concluded. You can't go out there. Carter stood with his arms crossed, half listening. His mind was made up. He glanced impatiently at Arnold, who was methodically trying key after key into an exit door at the northwest corner of the building. How you doing with that lock? Working on it, dude, Arnold replied. Esme placed herself in front of Carter. This is crazy, she reasoned. Somebody will come for us. We just need to sit tight. We've already been over this, Carter said. My parents don't know I'm here. Same with Arnold. Same with you. We all came here without telling anybody. He said the next words slowly, patiently, firmly. Nobody knows we're here. Carter began to pace. I don't want to stick around with that janitor downstairs. Besides, I'm not like you, he confided to Esme. I can't sit around and wait. I get this boxed in feeling, like I'm claustrophobic, you know? No, I don't know, Esme pleaded. The key slid into the master lock. Got it, Arnold whispered. He unwrapped the chain. I'll be careful, Carter promised. No worries, I'll walk out nice and slow. Remember, I only live 2 blocks from here. Piece of cake. Maybe we should go with you, Esme offered. Carter shook his head no. Wait a sec, Arnold said. He pushed off on a skateboard and glided down the hall. 2 minutes later, he was back again, this time carrying a field hockey stick. He tossed it to Carter, who caught it with one hand. You might need a weapon, Arnold said. I found it in the gym closet. Sweet, Carter said, and he slashed the stick through the air like a ninja. Esme peered into the night. There's a few of them wandering around. What do they want? She asked. Arnold sighed, rolled his eyes. Hello, don't you play video games? World of Warcraft, The Elder Scrolls, Dead Space? Esme stared at him blankly. Arnold flung his hands up in exasperation. I don't know why there's a bunch of zombies out there. He pointed beyond the door. You want answers? Ask him. Vanderklemp knows, Esme said. Arnold looked at her thoughtfully. Maybe, he admitted. Esme struggled to form a question. Do you think maybe they don't want to hurt anybody? Arnold shrugged, then glanced at Carter. I wouldn't stop to take a poll, he advised. You saw that guy outside the window, Mr. Deadeyes? Pretty scary, if you ask me. Esme stepped closer to Carter. Don't go, she urged. He moistened his lips, grinned, and opened the door. In a pretty good imitation of the Terminator, he intoned, I'll be back. The door opened. An odor drifted into the building, a smell of decay, dead leaves, and rotten flesh. The odor floated down the hallways, clung like vines to clothes, wafted into nostrils. It was the unmistakable aroma of death. The door shut, and Carter was gone. Chapter 8. For a few minutes, it looked like the plan might actually work. Then the crows came, and things went very, very wrong. As he promised, Carter stepped out into the mist with supreme calm, cool as a lake. It was foggy, but he could still see about 30 feet in every direction. He gave a thumbs up to the worried faces that stood vigil at the door. It's all good. A crow landed near his foot and cawed noisily. Then another and another. Carter stepped cautiously, not wishing to disturb the birds. He noticed a dark figure ahead and veered away from it. Carter looked up to see a crow dive-bombing from above, talons out. The blackbird hit Carter's head at full force, wham, and tore into his scalp. Oh, shoot, Carter cursed. He staggered back a step, dazed, and waited for the dizziness to pass. Carter tenderly probed the injury with his fingers. His scalp was torn. Under a loose flap of skin, his flesh felt like a raw hamburger. It was wet. He checked his fingers. Blood. Lots of it. The moans came now, louder and louder from every direction, as if the creatures were calling to each other. Now more shapes appeared in the distance, moving toward him. It's the blood, Carter thought. They smell it. His hands tightened around the field hockey stick. Esme called from the door. Carter! Carter, come back! She yelled. He considered making a mad dash for home, weaving through the slow-moving bodies. But there were more of them now, arriving from all over and in growing numbers. He returned to the school door, but it didn't open. Guys, he whispered, let me in. In her panic, Esme tried to help Arnold with the key ring. It fell to the floor. Carter slammed on the door with an open palm. Kind of in a hurry out here, he urged. Which key is it? Esme screamed, frantically searching through the set. She was nearly blind with fright. Silver, square-shaped, Arnold said. A filthy, blackened hand with long fingernails reached out to Carter. He turned and sliced the stick through the air. Thud. It hit something. The hand fell to the ground. I gotta go, Carter screamed. Meet me by the front doors. And he took off running like a tailback on the football field, zigging left, zigging right, spinning and slashing with the stick as he ran, faster and faster, into the night of the zombies. We're going to stop there. The next chapter is They're Coming. So there we go. So that was chapter 6, 7, and 8. They're Coming. I think there's 4 more chapters yet left, so maybe I'll try to do that in one last reading. So thanks for hanging with me. I hope we'll see. We'll see if this is something you enjoy and whether people actually watch this video or not. All right? But anyway, you did. So I want to thank you for that. I hope you're enjoying the story. All right? Nothing like, again, like I said, nothing like some zombies during a pandemic, just to make it all kind of cohere and just having a good time. All right, thank you again, and we'll see what happens. Top of my head next time around. All right, bye-bye.